Yeah, Neff, tell them where they can get you at, Neff.
Man, go follow me on sexyboy_Destin1.
Sexy boy, what?
_Destin1.
Straight up. Yeah, man.
Man, what down?
Where they can get you at, dog? Don't stunt.
Justin the Go 16.
Justin the Goat?
Yeah.
Dustin the Goat, what?
16.
Straight like that. On what?
Say turn it down, nephew too raw. You too raw. You can't hang with me and my brothers cause you too soft. You too soft. Oh, I saw you tell a teacher, yeah, you straight forward. You straight forward on the phone.
Not to cut you off, what was your first experiences with like rappers like a Boosie or something like that? Cause that's a different, that's some Louisiana flavor, right. But that's a different flavor than what we
man. I love motherfucking Torrance hats, aka Hollywood hats, Boosie hats, whatever you want to call them, dog. Like, all the way retarded. I fuck with the Big Raggedy on Baton Rouge on. Man, when we first got on Boosie, them like. You know, we had cousins and all that played for like Southern and shit back in the day when we was in school age. We talking about Boosie and, you know, C-Loc and all of them and Max Minnelli and Young Bleed. But we was in our own thing. You know, we had the Hot Boys. We got fucking Big Boy Records, all this stuff going on. So we was in our own thing. But when I went out to visit my cousin and my mama got her family, her mama's side from like Napoleonville and all that. And Bertrandville, I think it's originally called, but Napoleonville, people might know it is. So I went out there by then. We out there at a little family reunion or something like that, and we wound up going to the Franklin Fair. So when we went to the Franklin Fair on the commute there, my cousin then went to playing Boosie and all that. I'm like, man, they playing baby mama, I'm tired of you. And they playing, you know, My Time Could Be Next or Bad Bitch. I'm like, who this is? They're like, man, you ain't never heard of Boosie? I'm like, well, I heard him, but I never listened to him. So when I'm hearing him, I'm blown away. So when I go back to New Orleans, I go to the bootleg man on Diamond. I'm like, man, you got the Boosie on CD, the Gangsta Music and Ghetto Stories. My cousin was telling me about it. I'm like, he was like, yeah. So I bought it around my partners and them. They like, man, take that shit out. We want to listen to Lil Wayne. We want to listen to Dipset. We trying to listen to G. Man, fuck them niggas. They country. They sound stupid. I'm like, man, this man saying something. But they was just making it like they don't want him because his voice was high pitched. But I thought Boosie was hard to me though. So I was fucking with him.
My first experience with Boosie music, it wasn't pleasant. Okay, Raphael.
Right.
It wasn't pleasant because McKinley High School, bro. That's who knocked us out of the playoffs.
Oh yeah, Boosie High School and Kevin Gates. Yeah.
I went to John Curtis, bro. That was the last high school game I played, bro. And they was playing Boosie music every time out, every break, I'm lit like I could hear it.
Yeah.
So fast forward now, my partner Kendrick, shout out to Kendrick Grayson, bro. He was going to Southwest Mississippi Community College. He played basketball.
Okay.
Man, he come back doing the ratchet, like he, you know, playing big swole goofy nigga. You know what I'm saying? So he come back playing. Shout out to Shreveport, man. He like, man, you need to get on this, bro. I'm like, man, I can't listen to that because I couldn't take his voice at first.
Right.
You heard me? But the more I listened to it, like you said, I was like, hold up.
Right. He's saying something.
Man, run that back.
Right.
You know, so that's when I just trained my ear to just listen to what dude was talking about and figuring out like that was just another element of music. That was like our Louisiana Eazy-E as far as his voice.
But that's what I be telling people.
The movement and how he was coming. Like,
I'm glad you said it because I always said it in
took me to mature on his music.
Yeah, I always tell people that the Boosie voice is like how Eazy-E voice was to the West Coast, or how Pimp C voice was. Pimp C voice, high pitched to some people. It pop out the speakers. It's hard to mix it, but that's his voice. Now, just to go back to all that Boosie stuff and Webbie, I was thinking about this too. Since we talking about that, I was just talking about this on my own Instagram page about
shout out to Webbie too.
Right, how people to say Boosie and Webbie, who was the hardest or whatever. I always say that Webbie.
I think I commented.
Yeah, I always say Webbie was the better rapper. I feel like Boosie my favorite rapper out of both of them.
I compared them to Pimp and Bun.
Pimp and Bun, yeah, exactly. Pimp and Bun. Even when I look at Juvenile and BG was rapping all the gangster street stuff. But Juve had all the hit songs like Webbie, to Bag That Ass Up and you know High. Webbie got the girl giving that pussy and you know the bad chick. Like Webbie made a lot of the hits, and he was just like a great rapper and storyteller and all that. Boosie was able to last longer because he reinvented himself with the interviews. He went to jail in Angola. That kind of turned him up even more. Plus, Webbie never was media friendly. Webbie, people ask him the wrong thing in the interview, he won't dive in his shit. He's saying disrespectful stuff sometimes to the interview woman because he was so hood. But he was really talented. So I still feel like Webbie don't get enough respect. I feel like that I listen to a lot of the Baton Rouge all the talk about interview, but they don't never really be saying Webbie.
That could be self-inflicted, but he don't. The fact is that he don't get his just due, though. And like I said, that's an argument me and my people have on some music stuff. Like, I felt like hands down Webbie was a better lyricist, but
Right.
you go always feel Boosie move.
Right.
Because he go come down to the ground with
Yeah,
you.
that's
Like,
fine.
you know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
shout out to both of them,
Right.
dog. Both
Right.
legends in my eyes, you
Yeah,
feel what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
But like you said, that's just a compare and contrast.
Yeah.
All right, dog. Like I told you when we came in here, bro, I feel like you've been involved with this 30 years, dog. But how long have you really been, you know what I'm saying, involved with the business, and what was your first position?
Well, like I said, I got my equipment when I was like when I kind of got out of high school. I knew for sure I wanted to do this shit, but then when I went to Delgado, I got some equipment and stuff like that, and we were just like rapping on little beats, had like little MIDI controllers, and we was rapping on this shit called, I think it was called Beat Generator. My cousin had on out the 7 wall. He used to make beats out there. My cousin used to just rap pop X pills, and they just rapping. My brother would rap all night, rolling on them damn pills. And then I had got some equipment out Atlanta, and I bought like MPC 2500s, Phantom keyboards, all kind of stuff. And I had like burners, and we was making our own music and putting it out. That was like right around Katrina, like 04 or something like that, right before Katrina. And then the first position I really had, like when I really was doing something that was like kind of like a structured label, my cousin had 0 to 60. I was working with him. That was the same label that S80 was on, that made Meet Me Halfway.
Yeah, you got me on that one.
Yeah, so Meet Me Halfway with S80, that's like one of my best friends.
I know the song Meet Me Halfway. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
so
All
that
right.
was the label he was on. His first artist was Super Blanco, that was on Squad Up.
Super Blanco, all right.
Yeah, so Super Blanco was his first artist, and then he had the youngest one. They was at the St. Bernard Project in around Geedy Park area. So that's who I was working with, and then S80. So I was like kind of A&R, and I say, street team, just everything. Like we was a small label, so we really had to do a lot of shit.
Whatever had was necessary at the time.
Yeah, we had to do all that stuff like that. So I never had a problem with passing out no T-shirts, passing out no towels in the crowd, holding the camera, holding the bags. I never let my ego get in the way.
You going from ground up.
Yeah, and then I started. Then like I said, I was always kind of managing stuff with my brother Brandon and whatever. But I did that with my cousin. Then when and I was kind of helping the youngest ones out with their direction of their project. And then Youngin was like calling me as manager. And I kind of was doing that too with Superbad too. We never was saying it, but Youngin actually said, "Nigga, you my manager."
Right.
Like he even put it in
made
red.
you the manager.
Yeah, he said it like, "You my manager. I'm Geedy, that's my manager." He'll say my name in songs.
Right.
Like I appreciate
The
that.
first time I heard your name through Youngin.
Yeah, Youngin never had a problem with giving me my flowers and saying that. Like he like, "Man, I appreciate what you did. I appreciate you believe me." One time he wrote me from the Paris. He was on B3. I still got the letter in my closet. He was like, "I know they say writing in red is disrespectful, but I feel like I'm writing with blood from my heart. Telling you this, like how much I appreciate you believing in me and betting on me and taking your money and your time to get behind me or whatever, So
Dude was solid.
so yeah, so I just wanted to make sure I said that to whatever. But yeah, and then what I'm doing now, whatever. So doing it with Youngin, working with my cousin, and then doing the stuff with Superbad when she really wasn't as popular or whatever. When I used to be posting, I was posting her and people like, "Why you rapping, posting her? She's standing on top of baskets. She can't dress. She just that."
Right.
Like people was saying a lot of negative
Hating
stuff.
Yeah,
She from Kenner and all kind of just negative shit. But now look at it now. So people gonna say stuff, they gonna throw rocks at the throne, but now she at the top of the fucking mountain.
We're talking about all these names, legends in the making, legends that have gone on, you know what I'm saying? You the networking king, bro. So, like, how you link up with people like Shawn Cotton, you know what I'm saying? Like, what that link came?
Well, what happened with the stuff with Shawn Cotton, he had posted something on SayCheese, and he used to do these top 10 cities and the popping cities and the top 10 hardest markets to blow up in. And like I think like a month or a week or two before, he had Baton Rouge is the most popping city in all that and on hip hop at the time. Baton Rouge was #1. And then like a week or two or maybe a month later, he put the hardest markets that's to blow up in, and New Orleans was the #1 hardest. So he was like, "Why y'all feel like New Orleans the hardest market to blow up in?" And I was saying something on my Instagram like, "Man, a lot of dudes in New Orleans trying to sound like Philly too much. They biting Chicago. We losing our sauce. We losing our identity." And while everybody else running off with our sound, benefiting from it, we still trying to be like everybody else. Right. And like Soulja Slim said, first thing, be original. If you get your own style, nigga, feel you more. So when I said that, Shawn Cotton posted it on SayCheese, and everybody kept saying, "Man, you on SayCheese, you on SayCheese." And then somebody from, I think, Atlanta said some shit about New Orleans, like, "Man, y'all niggas doing that bounce, y'all ain't got nothing but a bunch of, gay dudes doing that, and y'all dope fiends out there." So I had said something about Atlanta, like, something like to the extent, like, Big Meats turned y'all up. Like, y'all wasn't like that to BMF at the time. And Shawn probably felt like that, so he posted. Right. Then it was something else he posted, and I just kept going viral. And after that, he started calling me on a spokesman. Right. And I got cool with him on Twitter. And then eventually he wound up interviewing me. And then eventually I wound up interviewing him at his house in Dallas. So we became tight off
Just
Instagram and networking through the social media stuff. Yeah.
That's what's up, dog. You